Run it back, nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ Squid, running back Philly. No for also fanboys, no intros. Algo gang, continue to do your thing. Smash the like button on this video. I'm up here again. I don't got no time to rest. Can't take any breaks. The Eagles just keep dropping news. Howie Roseman just keeps doing things, and I'm right up here on top of everything as soon as it happens, or I try to be. So just show your appreciation for that by smashing that little thumbs up and flood the comments with whatever you want. Put an emoji in there, put your thoughts in there, whatever. It's all for the algo. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Before we talk about what the Eagles just did, I want to show you guys something, man. Shout out to GLD for the Eagles pendants. All right, you see this necklace right here? You want one of these? I got you 30% off. I got you 30% off right there. Link is in the description. You got to use the promo code RUNIT. GLD makes all kinds of sports pendants on necklaces. They are super dope, bro. Look at that Sixers pendant, bro. They're super dope. We got that one. We got the Eagles logo that I'm wearing. We got the Eagles helmet. I'm really bad at showing these on the focus. And my favorite, we got the Eagles character pendant, man. Look at that guy. And he's got a little Sixers logo on his chest, man. Look at that. Look at that. Link, you got to use the link in the description and use the promo code RUNIT for 30% off of the GLD website. They have every single NFL logo on there, NBA logo on there, so go check it out. All right, let's get into it, man. The Philadelphia Eagles sign Trey Sermon off of waivers. Now, I got a lot to say on this because this is a guy that I'm seeing Philadelphia Eagles fans get very excited about. Probably because what he did at Oklahoma, Ohio State. But I right away, right off the rip, I say, why was he waived by the 49ers? And we're going to get into that, okay? I'm thinking he's going to be the bruiser back that they wanted, that Jordan Howard was the past year, 2 years, on and off, season here, season there. Can't remember exactly. But they get more of a power back in Trey Sermon. But I definitely have some questions, and I'm not going to freak out over this signing like we just signed a superstar running back. But clearly the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman feel like he was a good addition after the 49ers waived him. All right. First of all, let's check it out if we're not familiar, if some of you are not familiar with Trey Sermon and what's going on here. So Trey Sermon played for Oklahoma, transferred to Ohio State in 2020, won the 2020 Big Ten championship game, Northwestern University. Sermon's 331 rushing yards were the most in a single game by an Ohio State player and the highest ever in a football subdivision championship game. He was the MVP in the 2021 Sugar Bowl versus Clemson. Sermon rushed for 193 yards and scored a rushing touchdown along with catching 4 passes for 61 yards on a 49-28 victory. In the 2021 National Championship game against Alabama, Sermon got injured on the first play of the game and did not return. So there's just a decent amount of questions here, and I did a little bit of digging to find out kind of what's going on here. I got a little bit more information right here on this Eagles Wire article. Sorry for the clicking around here. Takeaways and observations from the Eagles claiming Trey Sermon off of waivers. Philadelphia added another running back to the roster Thursday, claiming Ohio State running back Trey Sermon off waivers. 23 years old. It's only his second season in the league. He's only had 2 starts in his rookie season, 9 games. 167 yards on 41 carries, 4.1 yards per carry. That doesn't seem like a really bad number, and scoring 1 touchdown. Sermon had 3 receptions for 26 yards. With Sermon on the roster, Philadelphia now has 4 running backs, and the 6'0", 215-pound second-year running back will assume the role of the vacated by Jordan Howard. He played with Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma. Take that for what you will. Do what you want with it. The move coincided with the quarterback playing a role in Philadelphia, landing A.J. Brown. This article's kind of trying to say that Jalen Hurts is the reason these players are getting signed. I'm not too sure about that. Sermon will take over Jordan Howard's role, which could impact the fantasy football value for all 4 players. Who cares about fantasy football, bro? I mean, I don't, personally. Miles Sanders has yet to amass 1,000 yards in a season. Running back by committee, on and on and on. Kenneth Gainwell's role as a dual threat will remain, while Boston Scott will deliver when called upon. So, that's something I wanted to say here, too. What does this mean for the Eagles running backs currently? And what does that mean for Boston Scott? You know, Miles Sanders, clearly here for another season, is going to be the number one back as long as he's healthy. Kenneth Gainwell, you already know Gainwell's season. All right, so you already know it should be set in stone. He earned his spot on this roster, on this running back roster. You got Trey Sermon in there now, and you still have Boston Scott, so that leaves us with 4 running backs. So I beg to question, is Boston Scott on the hot seat? I don't know. Now, not just that. I also want to get into this. I went to Grant Cohen's channel on YouTube, and he has a video titled Why the 49ers Waived Trey Sermon. And I want to play a couple of clips from that because I think it's interesting to get the perspective of a 49ers fan, because we're sitting here, I'm reading YouTube, I'm reading Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever else, and Eagles fans are freaking out like we just signed Adrian Peterson in his prime, you know what I mean? So why did the 49ers waive him? So I want to play the first 2 minutes of this, and then there's a clip at like 4 minutes and 24 seconds that I want to play. I want you guys to hear this, all right? Check it out. And shout out to Grant Cohen, man. Great channel.
Here's the interesting thing about Trey Sermon, and I feel like there was some strategy involved in this, because if they had cut him yesterday instead of putting him on the initial 53, then he would have been in that first wave of guys that are hitting waivers, right?
Right.
And so I think for them, they like him enough to where they want to continue to work with him and develop him, but he's not good enough to be on this team, right?
You see that right there? Work with him and develop him, but he's not good enough to be on this team. And he only played in 9 games last season as a rookie, and they traded up in the 3rd round to draft him. So there's something there. There's got to be something there. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something there.
Right? Or they like him enough to develop him because they don't want to look like they wasted a 3rd round pick, is probably more likely. Right. So they want to keep him on the practice squad. So I like the way that they went about it. I also think this is the right move. I mean, when I was putting together what I thought the roster would look like, I had him and Hasty being cut.
I know the 49ers run heavy team have a lot of good running backs, but there still has to be something.
So I think they made the right move here, but the way that they did it a day later, I think was also very smart, because they do have an opportunity to keep him if they want to bring him back on the practice squad as well.
Well, that didn't happen, did it? Because as soon as he got... When was this posted? Where's the dates on YouTube? I don't even know how to work YouTube. Either way, I feel like Howie scooped him up as soon as he was released. So
yeah, and it's like it was embarrassing that you traded up in round 3 to get him and he didn't work out. But another way you could look at it is someone pushed him off the roster. It's not like he was. I mean, yeah, he's not good, but
you hear that right there? See, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, someone pushed him off the roster, and then he straight up says, yeah, he's not good. But Philadelphia's freaking out about signing him. Is he good? Is he not good? What's going on here?
Someone pushed him off the roster. It's not like he was. I mean, yeah, he's not good, but they would have kept him. Jordan Mason is good. Undrafted rookie free agent. He's so good.
So Trey Sermon got waived because of an undrafted rookie free agent outperforming him. I'm just saying, I got question marks here.
Had to go. And from John Lynch's perspective, it's like, okay, yeah, I missed on this trade, but I got this diamond in the rough. It equals out. So it's like, yeah, this one didn't work out, but we still got a running back.
So they traded up to draft him in the 3rd round, and the year after that, he gets waived for an undrafted rookie running back. Now I want you to listen to this.
These guys, right? Just a year ago, they drafted Ambry, who we thought was a fringe player. They drafted Sermon, who we thought would be a fringe roster player. And it turns out, if they bring Sermon back on the practice squad, which I think they will,
You think what? You think what? With Howie Roseman lurking in the bushes? You think what?
I don't think Taylor Hawkins. I think that's the one guy that I'm looking at saying, okay,
you think Sermon clears waivers?
I do. Yes.
Oh.
He
really thought they were getting him back.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so, because they waited till day 2. Like, they let all the frenzy happen, and they're like, oh, let's just sneak him onto the waivers and see if we can sneak it past.
I don't think you guys know who Howie Roseman is. Sneak it past
everybody. Yeah, I do.
He said sneak it past everybody.
Like, they let all the frenzy happen, and they're like, oh, let's just sneak him onto the waivers and see if we can sneak it past everybody. Yeah.
Well, there's one guy you can't sneak anything past, and he's been on demon time this entire offseason. And that's, shout out to Lord Brunson, Ski Mask Howie. So these guys thought, he was definitely going to get clear waivers, and the 49ers were going to be able to bring him back on the practice squad, and Howie Roseman was just lurking in the distance and scooped him up real quick. And listen, I just have questions. I'm wondering why he wasn't good enough to be on a team over an undrafted rookie free agent. I'm wondering why, the 49ers traded up to draft him in the 3rd round, and in just his 2nd season on the team, he gets waived. I'm wondering why. I got a little bit of perspective from these fine young gentlemen on Grant Cohen channel. Go ahead, subscribe to that channel. But I got questions. You give me all your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you know something I don't know, fill me in. Feel free to do that also. I don't know, man. I got questions. This is a confusing one for me. That's all I'm saying, all right? And be sure to check out GLD Jewelry, Eagles pendants, Sixers pendants, and every other sports team that you want to look at. Link is in the description. Use the code RUNIT, all caps, RUNIT, run it. All right, you guys have a good day, man. Peace.